Welcome to another episode of Mix Up. Wait. Wow, it really takes me back. This week on From Mill to Still, structural repairs. Structural repairs, shenanigans, and some cool stuff. So stay tuned, check out what we got going on. It's been a pretty crazy week here at the Mount Holly Cotton Mill. So this week on From Mill to Still, we didn't do a lot of things, but we did some really satisfying things, mainly structural repairs. So there was, when you first came in the main entrance, there was a few rotten floor joists. We had to fix them. Well, to fix them, we had to cut this big old hole in the floor over here. This is the hole that goes from the distillation and cellar area up to the second floor. So patrons can look down into the factory from up top. It's really cool. We set up this contraption here with the steel beam to raise these floor joists out of here, and it was scary. I think Matt almost got crushed a couple times, but we all got it done. Got enough joist out of here to fix that floor over there, which is super cool. We were able to salvage everything from this floor to fix that floor, so that was really cool. We're downstairs and we can't really move around too much because it's dark and the camera won't be able to see us if we move. We finally got the last jacks off of column 7 and 8. So we built the last footing, Arturo built the last footing, blocked it up, and we wanted to let it set up. It takes 7 days technically to get a good amount of structural integrity in the concrete that we poured. And then we were able to take the last jacks down, the double steel I-beam that was up there, all that craziness that was holding this building up in this one spot was done. And then we took the shims out of post number 6, and when we did that, we were all upstairs. It's a small crew working out here, and this post that was on this footing where I'm standing blew out. The frickin' jack blew out. Because you just got to be careful on how you lower things back into place. But no one was down here. I got security camera footage of that jack blowing out, so it sounds scarier than it is. Now we're gonna dig out this last footing, and next week we're gonna backfill the rest of the crawl space so that plumbers can come in. So we're getting there, man. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
We're waiting for you, Ezekiel.
I love you until you love me. We were doing masonry work at the very beginning of the week, and to me it was seemingly an easy task. Hey, let's find bricks to infill walls became more complicated. We realized after looking at the entire building that there's already too many kinds of bricks that make up this building. There's bricks from 1875 that were made on site and would have to be made again. Then there's random infilled brick from 1875 to, I don't know, maybe 1980. They stopped infilling things with random brick. And then there's the 1916 section of brick. So when you go to infill windows, I didn't want to be the next guy in the series of owners of this building to throw a different color brick on this wall. So I went to match the bricks that were most commonly used to infill windows over the generations. And Arturo and I searched high and low, and we actually connected with an old friend of mine who is apparently the brick guy in the Charlotte area. So the brick guy helped me get these bricks that look very, very close. He looked at the brick I brought him, he was like, oh yeah, I got that brick, no big deal. And so I bought 2,000 or 1,000 bricks from him, and that was pretty cool. So brick guy, you know who you are. Thank you so much for getting us bricks that we can infill these windows. When I say infill windows, we're gonna infill a window where we have to for a closet, and we're gonna infill a window where we have to for a bathroom. And then we're gonna infill a window where we're putting our electrical panel. So don't get scared. Don't think I'm bricking up this building. This building is gonna be open and bright and awesome. There will be 10 windows opened for every one I close. But we do have to infill a couple windows here. So we're gonna do that. It's gonna be awesome. And that happened this week. I just walked through the door from the kitchen into this hallway, which is really cool. I'd say one of the most satisfying things you can do in a project or construction project is build a wall. And as much as I don't like building walls in this nice, awesome open space, these walls are just in the right spot to separate the spaces and make them cozy and perfect while still leaving the openness of the mill. So we're building this 72-foot wall, 73-foot wall down the corridor, and it brings in these series of rooms 14 feet deep. All right, so in the very back corner, we have a storage closet for tables and chairs and decorations and miscellaneous, yes, I said miscellaneous, miscellaneous items will go in the end closet. Next to that, we have 20 feet for a warming kitchen, caterer's kitchen, ventless kitchen. It's a kitchen that doesn't have a commercial range hood. There's not gonna be deep fryers or anything like that. We're gonna be doing, you know, quick, easy, nice, keep you fed kind of food. So that's going in this room. Then down here, and I don't know if you can follow me because the lighting kind of is terrible. Down here, we have a little nook. So you see the hardwood comes to here, and I haven't built this wall yet, but there's a door into the men's bathroom and a door into the women's bathroom. And then right here, you'll come into a family bathroom. So this is one of those windows I gotta brick up because you'll have a commode right here and a vanity right here, and then a changing station right here. We're also putting changing stations in the big bathrooms, but I wanted, because I have 2 kids and another one on the way, I wanted a family bathroom just for those situations, those big blowouts, you know, where you need the helping hand. And maybe it's just nice to have the privacy. So the family bathroom is here. As we continue down, we go down this hallway. You have the hole in the ground, and there will be glass walls right here. And then that's all banquet hall. So this is a banquet hall right here. And we'll do private events. We may do sports bar part of the year with this. So, you know, this will be the less fancy section of the bar that I'll spend all my time at. And then you go down this hallway and you enter maintenance closet. So I framed this up. I didn't put the door in here because I forgot, but there's a maintenance closet here. And one of the cool things I would say about the maintenance closet, and Bree, be careful, don't walk backwards into the hole, is right here, we're gonna have a giant alcohol rum bottles display. So when you buy rum, you'll be right here and you'll snatch a bottle from a 64 square foot hole. But in here, you'll be able to access that hole from the back. So like you go to the grocery store and you get a glass of, jug of milk, they FIFO it. First in, first out. The bottle I put in here will be the first thing you grab, and then when we put new bottles in, they'll be in the back. And then we'll push everything forward. So I'm really excited about this. We'll have this here, and then we'll have a mop section over there, and we'll have just random storage on both sides, because you can't have enough storage for merchandise and bar. It'd be like a bar backup situation here. So that's the merchandise closet. And then over here, you can see where we've repaired this floor. So in previous videos, you might have seen a railing around this, and there was rotten floor joists. And I don't have good video of before, but I'll show you the ceiling has the same exact rotten floor joist because there was a leak in the roof. So where the 3rd floor roof is, there's a wall, and then there's a floor joist. They had it headered off here. I think they were trying to put an elevator in or something, and they screwed everything up and it rotted away. So we replaced that using floor joists from another section this week. Yeah, that happened this week. What is it? Today's Friday, and we're doing our weekly update, and it just started just hammering down rain last night. And it rained up through all the night, and it was pouring when I got to work this morning, and we're framing up these walls, and We're not doing anything to this roof drain. We're not even in the area. We're like down here and all of a sudden this roof drain blows out on us. Yeah, it blew out and the entire roof, because it's a settled roof, drains to this center pipe. And I got video. You just watch the video. It's crazy.
Where do you need your hose?
So yeah, you saw the craziness. That was nuts. We were able to get it back up. The root of the problem is any plumber that goes to Lowe's and buys a pipe boot, uses that pipe boot on anything, in my opinion, should be barred from doing plumbing the rest of their life. You cannot use rubber pipe boots almost in any circumstance, unless you just are trying to get through an emergency, but it's a temporary thing. So anyway, a pipe boot fell out because that's stupid. But it gave me a lot of inspiration for saving our rainwater. We got a nice big hole and big old tanks. We can start saving this water, and we're gonna do that down the road. So that'd be really cool. But yeah, check it out. All the rain we got through the night and this morning is now rushing down Dutchman's Creek, and all that grading we did, it's gonna flood, which of course it's gonna flood. This thing floods every couple years. But yeah, we're definitely gonna get water in the backyard at some point today. Hopefully I'm still here to videotape it, but check out the raging Dutchman's Creek outside. Since we're done moving the floors and roofs and everything like that, and all the jacks are out, I was able to finally cut this hole out. We didn't want to cut this hole out before because all this stuff kind of plays a role in holding the building together. And when you're moving it, you don't want anything to not be there to help hold the building together, but that's not true anymore. So we came in here, we started tearing the floor out, and we needed to tear this floor out to do structural repairs in other places. So repair the floor at the entry, repair some of the roof, and then fix a corner back in the first floor. But mostly we're opening this floor up because our equipment needs the 2-story height to fit in the cellar in the distilling area. So you've got Scary Mary's gonna go here, and Yeti Cup and Starship, they're all gonna go in this hole, and new fermenters down the road. And then down here, you're gonna have, because the floor comes out all the way to here, yeah, right here, you're gonna have Independence and Liberty and Democracy. And they're gonna poke their little column heads through the floor. So we're gonna continue next week to tear this floor out. And that's gonna be super cool. So I'll plug in some footage of us doing that. And I'm just really excited about that. We're gonna put nice glass walls around all this so it'll look awesome. Really open the place up. You can picture standing where you're at and just seeing the set of windows from the second floor and the first floor and all that natural light coming in. All of the material, the wood that we're pulling off of this floor from the 1800s is being saved. A lot of it I have to fix floors with, but there's still gonna be plenty left over. We're gonna build all the bar furniture out of this wood. So let's go take a look at that stuff. The material we're gonna build all the bar furniture out of and some other cool things is really old heart pine. And heart pine is defined by X amount of rings in a pine tree per inch. And I don't know what that number is. Maybe we can Google it and put it up the scene here, but heart pine means X amount of rings per inch. And the more rings, the denser the wood, the more sappy the wood is. They just don't grow pine trees like they used to, okay? So long story short, the old pine is really good. It's slow growing, so the rings are really close together. Nowadays, you grab a stud and it feels like it's hollow because it's foamy. These are dense, sappy, strong, softwood pine boards, and they're gorgeous. Now, it's hard to tell here because they've got, 140 years of trash on them, but they measure 2 1/8 by random measurements. This is 13 inches. This is a 10.5 inch board. They're all over the place, but let me hit this with a sander. I'm gonna hit this small spot, and this tiny little spot is going to destroy this sander, but I'm gonna hit it so I want you to see kind of an idea of what it's gonna look like when we're done. This thing's not in great shape, but let's see what I can do here, just on a corner. I can tell you right now, the camera and the lighting will not do it justice, but look at that tight grain heart pine. Now that's oiled from, I don't know, just existing in a cotton mill, but that stuff is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. We're gonna build our bar furniture with that. We're gonna build the bar itself with this. We'll build shelving with this. There's so much we can do with it. We may sell some of it because there's a lot. We have a lot. We got probably 3,000 square feet of it from the first floor and another 1,000 square feet of it on the second floor. It's interesting too because we're tearing up areas of the floor where we're putting tile down and say like the bathrooms and stuff. And I'm looking at all this knowing I'm gonna cover it back up. So part of me wants to peel it up and put down some kind of other structural decking. My budget won't really allow for that, so we may leave that stuff down there. Yeah, that's the heart pine there. It is absolutely amazing. So our pile of appliances is getting bigger. We've got our prep station here covered up so that they don't destroy it. We've got 2 microwaves, 2 Mary Chefs, and 3 Turbo Chefs here covered up so they don't get damaged. Most recently, I found this water heater. This Craigslist find, Facebook Marketplace find, because that's the new Craigslist, was huge. Huge find. This is a commercial water heater. It is not like what you have in your house. The only thing they have in common is that they're 50 gallons. So 50-gallon home water heater is about standard. Some are actually bigger than that. This is a 50-gallon water heater. The difference is in this water heater, the kilowatts of output. So your home water heater would typically have 10, 11 kilowatts of output. This baby's got 30 kilowatts. So 3 times the heat of a actually, you would probably run about 9 kilowatts in a residential water heater. This is 30. So we'll just call it 3 times the heat. We got 3 times the heat, which means the recovery on this is quicker. And that's not it. Aside from the fact that it's 3 times as powerful, where your water heater at home runs on 240 volts of single phase power, this runs on 480 volts of 3-phase power. So you take the power that it can deliver, but it comes in at a higher voltage, meaning you can bring it in at a lower amperage, meaning you can run smaller wires to it. So the same amount of watts, there's a calculator. Basically, you take the watts divided by the volts, and then you divide all of that by the square root of 3. 1.73 is how I do it. And that gives you your approximate amps. So you take 30,000 watts divided by 480 volts. That gives you this number right here. Now take that number divided by 1.73. That gives you the amps, the total amps that this thing requires. And that calculates in your wire size and all that jazz. So long story short, super excited about this water heater. This water heater retails anywhere from $5,000 to $6,000, and we paid less than that. Actually, give a guess in the comments below, and if you get that right, I'll send you a t-shirt, just because I don't know, I'm all about getting a deal. So if you think you know what I paid for this water heater, shoot a note in the comment. And whoever gets closest, yeah, I'll give you something. This thing has 1.5-inch output and 1.5-inch input. I'm gonna run this through a 2-inch recirculating loop, meaning the pipe will come out of here and it'll go into a giant loop of water, 300-foot long loop of water that's in 2-inch pipe that's insulated, and there will be a recirculating pump. So where this is only 50 gallons, by the time you do the math on a 3-inch loop, the length we need, that's another 50 gallons of water just in the pipes that will run through the building. And it'll run constantly. So this will maintain the heat in itself and in all those pipes. And then we'll deliver that to the bathrooms, to the kitchen, to the bar, to the distillery where we're working for processes. We actually make our own hot water for that too, but this will be a really elaborate system when I'm done. And all the piping will be welded in stainless steel piping that we got from the Sundrop plant. Sorry, I don't want to stand like Kraken Morgan over here. Both feet on the ground. But yeah, all that piping's coming from the Sundrop plant, which is super cool. I can't wait to start welding that up. That'll be a slow going, but intense, interesting project. I'm doing some paperwork, just looking at some old receipts. This receipt is from July 19th, 1967. Found that in the floor. That's super cool. It is for I don't know, can't read it. We found all this stuff when we tore up some rotten floor, and I don't know what any of it's for. I mean, this is a broken piece. This is cool. Found a Pepsi can colored with caramel. They had to say that back then too. If anyone can tell us, oh wait, canned by Carolina Canners, Chirac and Carr, 29520. And then it has the number C377. I don't know what any of that means. I wish it just said filled this day, but I mean, that's an old can. So if anybody can tell me approximately how much or how old that can is, we're gonna display this and other cans we found in the mill when it's done. I found some bushings. This is rubber, so it can't be that old. This letter Q. And then some mill parts and pieces, a candy wrapper, a spool, just random stuff. Ooh, this is cool. And yeah, so nothing crazy, some sort of cone thing. And that's it, all the stuff we found on the floor. That happened this week. That's it, that's our week. It was, I guess after talking about it, it was a good week. We got a lot done, we got a lot of projects started, so a lot of new stuff going on in here. I feel like overall, about the same level of intensity and danger as I stand in front of this hole. We will be covering this hole today with guardrails. It's open because we're still hoisting joists out of it. But once that's done, we're gonna cover it up, call it a day. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you wanna see anything else, let us know in the comments below. Check out our distillery because that's still a happening place, or so I've heard. I basically spend all my time out here. Thank you so much, cheers, and we'll catch you on the next one.